Greetings and blessings, butterflies. Welcome back. I'm Famous Dia Moore, and this is your Empowerment Evolution reading. This is where we don't stay stuck in the past, we restructure, and we grow through it. My butterflies, this reading is going to be for whatever sign comes out next, but I want to inform you that these readings are just potential. So if you don't resonate with this energy, you make sure you leave it here. If you feel inclined to, you can check out the other signs readings in your chart. You may resonate with those readings. If not, my butterflies, use your discernment and don't accept energy that you don't resonate with. Don't force something to fit. These readings, this message is messages of empowerment. It's about growth. It's about us learning about what these shifts that are happening in our lives. We're learning about how they're helping us to go to the next level of our journey. So, my butterflies, we're going to shuffle these cards around and I'm going to see which sign we get next for this energy. The song that I was picking up during the pre-shuffle was Soul Sister by Bilal. So instantly, right off the bat, this could be about a friendship that you value. This could also be about desiring to deepen a connection you might have someone with someone. There's something you feel a bit matched to. You feel very, very matched to. Not a bit, but you feel very matched to or with it. This could also be about, offering some type of help towards someone. Or this could be about, someone needing some help from you. I'm picking up the energy of help, really, really, assistance, really heavy in this energy. This assistance could be something that, is required in the workplace. This assistant could be, something you may be assistance with something in a family dynamic, or just a bond that you share with someone. But I'm picking up a really, really convincing energy, a persistent. That's a better word, persistent. There could be pressure because I started feeling a bit of pressure in my head. So you or someone could be feeling, mentally overwhelmed, have some type of mental anxiety. I'm picking up an energy also of patience, needing to have some type of patience. Patience may be required of you. You may be asking someone else to have some patience, or someone may be asking that of you. You use your discernment and you put yourself where you belong in that energy. But I'm picking up that energy very strong. But it feels like it was connected to that Fool energy. I saw the Fool show up in reverse. So when I saw that energy could be, about being naive or a fear of, stepping out, starting something new, stepping out on a new journey, being optimistic. That energy, this could be about being fearful of something. So you may be waiting on, some type of plans to come together. In that Fool energy being in reverse, you may be feeling restricted from starting this new journey. So you may be waiting on something to come together. Or, the person that you're connected to in this bond energy, this sister energy, they have some plans and they may want you to wait for something, to develop. There's a very, very important collaboration here. Something very, very bonded in this energy. Who is this for? Aries. There's something very bonded in this energy. So this energy, it feels aligned. It may feel aligned, but at the same time, there's something obsessive about it. Somebody might be attracted to you, my Aries. Someone may be attracted to you or someone. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this over. One card was out of there. I'm gonna do that over. Let's shuffle those back around. I apologize. I want to be fair. Make sure all cards in here are in here. I'm doing these readings. And pop right back up. Leo. This is for Leo. Thank you, Spirit, for showing me that and pointing that out. But this energy, like I said about Leos, correction for my Aries, this energy could be about someone being attracted to you. or you're attracted to something. At the end of the shuffle, the Hierophant energy showed up, and it showed up in reverse as well. So this could be about, you resisting some type of rules, some type of, restrictions that may be set down for you, or some type of traditions that you may have been connected to. This could be about you questioning your spirituality, or, just, it doesn't have to be, spiritual anything. It could be just something that you believed in, something you had strong beliefs in. This could be about you questioning that. This could be what you're bonded to. That could be that, that soul sister energy. We're going to see what energy Spirit has for you, my dear Leos. All right. All right, bye. Leo. Make sure I say it right. Um, in the most recent past energy, where you may have had to learn some lessons, this energy is the Two of Swords energy. The Two of Swords energy, is all about being indecisive. You may have, refrained from making a decision. You may be into something online. You may work from home, but there's something that has you distracted, and that's probably that energy, that overwhelm, that head hurting energy, that pressure energy in my head. This is given that energy. And you want to get some work done. You're trying to write something. You have your computer open, and there are calls coming in. So that's the energy where someone may be persistent with that phone call. This energy is showing up in your most recent past, and surrounding that energy where you may had to make a decision, where you were being indecisive, where you were juggling a decision, where you may not have wanted to make one. That's where you were learning lessons. You are learning lessons around that energy, of not picking a side, about not choosing a path. Because this doesn't have to be, I don't know why side came out, but this could be about a path, a certain path that you you are deciding about. You may have had two paths in front of you, possibly more than that. And instead of you making a decision, you may have, procrastinated, delayed. You may have just stayed on the fence with this decision. And in the most recent past, there were lessons, there were things that was happening around you, not making those decisions that were showing up for you in an effort to help you to move forward. In the energy, in the energy where the shift happened at, and this shift happened to you, whether that was internally or externally, this energy is the Page of Pentacles energy. This is the energy of messages, confirmation. The Page of Pentacles energy, is all about learning something. This is the energy, of being a student. So where the shift happened at, where you grew at, is in a place where you gained some type of answers, where you got the confirmation to something you were looking for. Because this, with the books in the background, it's like this person was on a search for something. And that big pinnacle, like, I found it. I found it. That's what I'm hearing. I found it. I got it. I knew it. That's the energy that I'm picking up looking at this card. So there may be some type of confirmations that you got, some type of messages that you may have received. You may have committed yourself to learning something, and you succeeded in that. And that's where the shift happened for you, my beautiful Leos. And the current energy that's being highlighted is the King of Cups energy. The energy, where you need to acknowledge, some deep feelings. This energy where you may be, expressing yourself, expressing those feelings. Being vocal about, emotions that can sometimes be hard, but you have the ability to be able to, maneuver and handle these type of emotions. So currently you are dealing with an energy, whether this is your energy or energy outside of you. You're dealing with an energy where you have to having to step into this energy of being emotionally mature. or you're dealing with an energy of where someone you may be having to help assist in them being emotionally mature. And this energy, is still, kind of bringing me back to that energy, of that energy where someone was being persistent. This energy is like, you're explaining, you're finally, being mature enough about what you really feel about the situation to go ahead and address it. That's what I'm picking up in this current energy for you, my Leos. And in the energy where you can use your wisdom from the past, where you learned lessons in the past to help you with this current situation, this is the Five of Wands energy. This is the energy of competition. This is the energy, of disagreements and struggles. So the wisdom that you can learn at this point in time is wrapped around where you're seeing disagreements, where you're seeing struggles, where you're seeing those minor, arguments and things like that, where you're seeing energies of competition. This could also be, an energy, where someone, wants to win, at all costs. This Five of Swords energy. So how you can use the wisdom you have, to me, it's saying to me, this is what you have learned, because this is what you learned. This is where the shift happened at. You learned something about this struggle, this competition, this win at all cost energy. You learn something about it, and you can use that wisdom that you learned to help you through this situation where you're having to step in the energy of being emotionally mature, acknowledging some deep emotions or feelings, keeping yourself from drowning, and in all of the emotions that may be going on around you, with that energy of feeling overwhelmed that I was feeling, that I was picking up. And in the best possible outcome energy that spirit is saying that is available to you if you're following the guidance of this evolution that you have here, this opportunity for evolution, you have the Queen of Swords energy. The Queen of Swords energy, you may be connected to a Gemini. Gemini picked up that energy with the Queen of Swords energy. You may be connected to a Gemini. You might be connected to it wasn't Gemini. It was Scorpio. It was Scorpio that had that energy. So you may be connected to a Scorpio with this Queen of Swords energy. But this energy is about, cutting through the bull, just getting straight to the point, being intelligent, speaking up about things, being fair-minded. But, this is about, using more logic than emotion. This is about, getting straight to the chase. No cutting corners. This is about being honest, truthful. So if the best possible outcome for you, if you follow this guidance, spirit is advising you that there's an energy where you will be stepping into some type of truth, some type of honesty, some type of, energy where you may have to communicate in a way that, where you may have to, where you can't be wrapped up in your emotions. You might have to be, straight to the point with it. You may have to, the type of energies where you may have to hurt some feelings. We're going to get a energy from the Sassy and Block deck to clarify the current energy that spirit is highlighting for you here. These energies, as I've been saying all throughout these readings, these energies are pretty much the Queen of Swords energy. It's that energy, of just cutting through the mess. Ain't no cut, no jiving, no pretty words, no, all that. These messages can be a bit on the sassy side, just to keep it, light. Show me the energies for Leo. Show me the energies that clarifies this King of Cups energy for Leo. Show me the energies that clarifies this King of Cups energy. Yeah, okay, thank you, Spirit. There's too many. All right. Thank you. Let's see what this is. This energy says, don't trust chaos. Don't recycle heartbreak like plastic bottles. Stop trying to heal in the same place that broke you. Cycles, escape, and liberation. So this energy is where You're being asked to step into an energy where you have to acknowledge that you were hurt, you were affected in some type of environment, some type of bond that you may have shared. It's time for you to acknowledge that you were hurt in that situation, because you can't actually have any true healing show up for you as long as you pretend that the chaos that's going on doesn't bother you, or the chaos that has already happened doesn't bother you. You are surrounded with some type of energy of heartbreak, whether that's yours, or you are being, you may be around someone whose heart is breaking. And Spirit is asking you to be mindful, of where you're placing yourself in the middle of any chaotic situations. If you're helping and assisting someone, in this energy, because I keep picking that word up of helping assistance, because that's what it felt like in that like I said, that persistent energy with the song, with the soul sister. Like, I'm trying to convince you that we are aligned, we are together. This could be, this doesn't have to be a woman. This doesn't have to be feminine. This could just be, like I said, a bond, a connection. This is the energy when someone's trying to convince someone, that the plans that we have, where we're going, it's okay, but there may be a lot of chaos going on in this energy. It's showing up here in the current energy. You're seeing some type of chaos that Spirit is asking you to be mindful of, and to not trust it and keep on recycling it over and over again, because it keeps reintroducing some type of heartbreak for you. We're going to get a celestial insight message for you, my dear Leos, so we can close this reading out. Oh, let me get the overall energy that's motivating this Tower of Cards. It's Three of Cups. See, this is about a bond. This is about a connection. This is a group. This is about a community. This is about some type of celebrating together. And so I was picking up that energy really, really well. It's affirming itself. Someone that you are connected to, a group, or maybe a group of people that you are connected to. There is struggles. There is strife. There is competition. There is, a whole bunch of, messiness going on in the energy. That's where that energy of chaos is. And Spirit is asking you to acknowledge, what you really truly feel about this situation. Acknowledge the heartbreaks that that you have been experiencing because of this situation. Here we have heart. I was just saying heart. This energy says your heart knows the truth. Are you overthinking a situation? Trust the wisdom of your heart, and it will lead you to the most authentic decision. That's that Queen of Swords energy. As you can see, she has a pen in her hand. This is the energy where, she's making decisions. She's calling the shots. She's done playing. So the Spirit is saying, with this energy, with this heart energy, trust your heart. You already know the right thing to do, my Leos. And it's just time for you to step into that energy of making that decision, answering that call. My Leos, I hope these energies have helped you to make the best possible decisions for your highest good. Until next time, you all be safe, loved, and stay close to your heart.